and we're adding stuff and getting prepared to play real games, which is coming up really fast. You're going to see a lot of people playing in different combinations because this is when we do it. But I think that you'll see different combinations playing together, which is what we're intentionally doing to just see different lineups, because I think we can play in a lot of different ways. And I've never had that problem, so it's a great problem to have. But it's also challenging because there's a lot of people and a lot of really good players. So I think that's the challenge as a coach. And nowadays I think this generation of players is really different than when we played. Like when we played, it wasn't even a thought transferring. It was like you would never do that. Now it's like people want immediate gratification, and they're not going to wait things out and work it out. So, I hope that our freshmen, we're a good team, and understand it's a process. It's a learning process. It takes time. And, I'm super excited about Gisela, Anna Gret, Maddie, Nettie. They are players that can be huge impact players in the future. And I'm just excited to coach them and coach them up and, give opportunities when we can.
Your thoughts on Sam and Kate being recognized on the media preseason all-conference?
I think that's incredible. I'm not surprised. But I'm glad that Sam is getting recognition now. It took a long time. It took a long time for her to be recognized defensively. So I think it's pretty amazing she's being recognized on both ends. And what's even better is it off the court. She's, she has the Elite 90 award, and, I want her to be an academic All-American and continue to do amazing things that have never been done in this program, but she deserves everything. She works hard. She's our captain. She's great for our culture, so I'm excited when I saw that, but not surprised. I'm just happy people recognize her talents. And then Kate Reese. Kate Reese is a hard worker. She's, this is her 4th year. She's also was just named captain. So Sam and her will be our captains to lead us this year. And I'm not surprised, but I'm glad that she has that recognition. She works for it. She wants it. She wants to be great. And she demands all of that of herself. And I think that's one of the reasons why she's going to lead our team so well.
Getting back to the freshmen, when you were first building, you were able to give them immediate time in meaningful games. How has your coaching changed and the way you deal with freshmen now that that's not such a big thing?
Yeah, so I think when I first came here, we weren't as good. So we were getting good players that could be impactful right away. I think as your program progresses, like ours has, it's harder because you're going against veteran guards. So if you're a 3-player coming in and Sam's here, you're playing against a 5-year senior. And even if you're more talented, it's the experience, which you can't teach. Like, I'm a different coach than I was 5 years ago. So I think that you have so much to learn. Usually coming from high school, you're learning a completely different offensive system. You're learning a completely different defensive system, and that takes time. So I think that if you look at the top programs in the country, it's rare that a freshman comes in and is a huge impact. Now, the type of kids that we're recruiting now, it's a possibility. Like we haven't signed this player yet, so I can't say the name, but we have a couple players next year that can be immediate impact players. So it does a couple things. It raises the level of the current players because they have an advantage from being here. They have to get better. And then it also, your program's evolving. If it's hard for the freshmen to come in here and play. We just, if you look at Sam, when she came in, we weren't good, so she was able to play right away and make an impact. And I think now we're recruiting players that can get us over the hump. So we're a good team. We're not great yet. We haven't won championships yet. So the players we're recruiting are the players that can get us past that threshold. And, I'm hoping to bring players in, and the players we're signing in a couple days are players that can help us win a championship. And so I think that's what I talked about before, that interesting area where you're competing against the elite programs, but you need those players to get you over the hump. Now, for me, the rankings and all that stuff doesn't matter. It's who fits with us on and off the court. But usually those are top kids. And, of course, you always want the best of the best. You want, great culture kids and great kids. And we have a couple of them already. We have 3 of them that we're signing. But there's another one that, we're going after really hard. And I think that with the players we have a chance to win a championship. And I think with the addition of the other player, we'll have a really good chance. But it's hard to win. And it takes a lot of, the stars have to be aligned to win a championship. I feel like a lot of things have to go right. The culture, the matchups, there's so many factors, but hopefully we'll have opportunities in the near future. Those are the players we're trying to get that can kind of, that want, and also recruiting the players that want to come here to win a championship. They want to do something different that maybe can go to UConn or Stanford or, wherever. But they say, no, I'm going to go to Arizona and put them on the map, just like how Ari came here, just like why Kelsey Plum went to Washington. They want to do it, and they believe that they can do it. And so those are the kind of kids I'm recruiting.
When you look at that point guard position, Shaina Pellington had a lot of assists, some great defense. What's an area of the game you want her to improve upon heading into Friday?
I think that right now she's playing the way she should. She's distributing the ball well. She's running our team well. She's calling the right offenses. She's playing pressure defense. I think that she's one of the best athletes in the country. She is a freak athlete, like we say. She's a freak athlete. She'll do some amazing things. You're like, wow. So I think for her, just having that mentality where she can shut people down and she can guard tightly anybody in the country. So extracting that from her and letting her know she has the ability to do that. And she has been doing that, but doing that consistently, which I think she's done a good job. Running our team well. I think she's great at getting to the rim, passing the shooters. I think she's done a good job at that. Last game, the shots she's worked on all summer, they didn't fall last game, but I've been watching her. They've been falling all summer with the World Championship, with the Olympics. So that's not something I worry about. I don't care that she missed those shots because she has worked to take those shots, and those are shots she'll make. And I'm telling you, she'll make them this year. So for me, the fact she took them and missed them, I don't care. Because when you work at something and you do it every day, you've earned the right to take those shots. And I think that, for Shaina, sometimes it can be mental. Because if I'm playing Shaina, she's fast, I'm going to step off her too. Just like Ari. You didn't press Ari. You were like, okay, I would rather you try to beat me, and she'd still beat people. Shaina can do the same thing. So I think an area just to improve is her shot, but she doesn't have to become a shooter. She can just get consistent at hitting some shots, and she'll be fine, but she can do that right now. So I think you'll see her do that. But think about Ari last year. There was a period in the year she was cold. But then, her work showed in the tournament. In the tournament, when it counted, all that work all year, those shots fell. And I think it's just a process. And when you put in the work, you get the confidence and you have the repetition and the muscle memory. And Shaina's going to continue to work on that work. She's working every day. So I think she's going to do great.
How do you keep her from pressing, feeling like she
I know.
needs to be Ari?
I think that, I think we don't talk about that. I don't want that for anybody in the program. Ari's Ari. Ari's amazing. I hope to recruit some more Aries, but right now, I recruited Shaina, and I love Shaina. I want Shaina to be the best version of Shaina. I never will compare Shaina, because they're two totally different players in two totally different games. So I'll never compare Ari to Shaina. But I think, defensively, she can do a lot of the same things. But it's all about Shaina and what I expect from her and what I want her to be, and giving her the confidence to grow into her own and have her own identity. And I don't want Kate to be anybody else. I don't want Nettie to come be Kate. I don't want anybody to be Sam. It's I want them to be their best, not be compared to anybody. It's like comparing me to someone else. I don't want that. I want my own story, and I want them to feel comfortable in their own skin and just evolve to be the best women on and off the court they can be. And if I were to compare her and put that pressure on her, I think it's unnecessary. And I don't think it's conducive to success. So I want Shaina to be Shaina, and I want her to leave her Canadian mark here in Arizona and be awesome. And she can be. Shaina is so different than she was last year. And she's a pleasure to coach. She's working hard. The Olympics has changed her, and I'm so glad to see that. So I love being a part of that growing process. To watch how Sam has came along, how Ari evolved, to watch Shaina now, and to watch Kate and Bendu. It's fun for me, and it's fun to be a part of their story, and in a positive way. So I like that process.
Sure. As a team, how do you feel that first game went, the first exhibition game?
I think it went really well, actually. I think we got to figure a lot of things out. We got to play against somebody other than each other, which is really nice. We got to put together some pieces, figure out how we play together, people's strengths, in a live environment. So I think it went really well.
And as a point guard, what is it like to have so many weapons out there, specifically Taylor Chavez, who came off the bench and I think, hit 3 threes in the game.
I mean, it makes the game a lot easier for me personally. You know, like my job is just, get the ball in the hands of the people at the right time in the right positions. And, having somebody like that on the floor who can hit shots consistently like that makes my job a lot easier, and it makes everybody else's job a lot easier.
So I talked to you before the Olympics, but not after. What was it like? What did you learn? What were your big takeaways?
It was like crazy. It was a really cool experience. I learned a lot personally. For me, like playing my entire summer, I played basketball. Alongside like different pros. I learned a lot. I think I built a lot of confidence from that. Just as a point guard, as a leader, especially from that experience. Overall, it was just really cool. So.
How would you say your game has grown and improved since then?
I think off the floor, I think I'm a way better leader now. I think I'm able to lead my team better as a point guard. And on the floor, I think, I'm more composed. I think I'm more composed. I'm more confident with the ball, getting the ball in the hands of the right people, like I said, at the right time, in the right positions. And then although I struggled a little bit, kind of because of nerves the first game with shooting, I know it's something that I have gotten a lot better with, and I know that'll show eventually. So.
Any more questions for Shaina?
Yeah. What do you want to see from the team in the exhibition this week? Something you guys want to improve on before the first game.
I would say defense probably. I know it sounds crazy. We're already a very strong defensive team, but I think we can be stronger with our rotation sometimes, especially when somebody gets beat off the dribble. The next line of help, and then the secondary line of help after that. I think we can work on that a little more. I know we'll get it eventually. So.
Sure. How was the communication out there defensively with so many new players transferring in, so many new freshmen on the team? Was the communication need to be worked on, or how do you feel about that?
I think we're very good with the communication aspect, especially when you have somebody like who's a returner on the floor who kind of knows and can kind of help people and direct traffic. I think it can be better though. People are still learning, especially we have a few transfers, and a lot of freshmen. So, it's going to take some time. We're not playing our best basketball right now. We're not supposed to. But I know as the year goes on, we'll become a very strong team, if not get back to where we were before.